Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anna Manuel. A neighborhood in Horseheads is dealing with an unwanted visitor. As Big Fox's Josh Feldberg reports, the intruder is getting a lot of attention.
This home security footage shows a large bear that has been roaming around Bennett Circle in Horseheads for a little over a week. One homeowner in the neighborhood told Big Fox News the bear has been wandering around homes and eating seeds out of bird feeders. The homeowner declined to be on camera but explained that the bear has been around for years and always comes out in the spring shortly after hibernation. This same homeowner also told Big Fox that earlier this morning they were visited by a State Department of Environmental Conservation agent who informed them that they were being fined by the department for feeding the bears with their bird feeders. The homeowner was also informed that the neighborhood will be surrounded with traps in order to capture and euthanize the bear. Big Fox contacted the DEC to verify the homeowner's claims and received a statement back confirming the homeowner's reports. Wildlife officials are also encouraging people to follow these bear precaution rules in order to stay safe. Take bird feeders inside and lock up your garage. If you encounter a bear, wildlife officials urge you to stay calm, make noise to scare the bear away, and back away slowly from the area. Josh Feldberg, Big Fox News, Horseheads.
The New York State Legislature rejecting a proposal by Governor Hochul to ban the sale of all flavored tobacco products, including menthol. Had the proposal passed, New York would have been the third state to ban the sale of all flavored tobacco products. The state legislature did agree to raise the tax on cigarettes by $1. This raises the current tax from $4.35 to $5.35. New York State Police out of Painted Post are asking for help looking for a wanted man. 29-year-old Gage Hefner is wanted in connection to several felony warrants tied to domestic abuse incidents. Police say Hefner violated a court order protection against a victim and caused that person harm. Hefner is a white male around 5'7", weighs about 180 pounds. He has brown hair and hazel eyes. If you've seen him, you can call the number on your screen. Today, freshman Congressman Nick Langworthy in Corning, highlighting the importance of trade programs and skilled workers. Our Maggie Hall caught up with the Republican as he met with trade students in the Southern Tier.
Today, Congressman Nick Langworthy spoke to Big Fox News for the first time since entering the congressional office. The congressman visited Elmira to speak with welding students and to learn more about the trades programs that are offered.
I'm Nick Langworthy, the new member of Congress for the Southern Tier. I'm very proud to represent Steuben, Chemung, and Schuyler counties in the United States House of Representatives as the newly configured 23rd Congressional District.
The congressman was given a tour of the welding lab and met welding students at one of SUNY Corning's Elmira campuses.
You know, we have young men in this program that I met today that are coming right out of high school. And looking for that next step. It may not necessarily be, the traditional career path that they try to wedge people into for far too long. We need people with these skills right away, and welding is one example.
The program sets up students for success in a trade career.
But, these students here in this welding program, they're going to have a career that makes a good wage that you can raise a family on, and that's what we really need here.
The SUNY Corning Workforce Education Program makes certifications and licenses for those looking to go into trades far more accessible.
They turn out 20 plus fully certified welders every single program here, and it's because this asset is here at SUNY Corning that they're able to do this. This was created by federal grants. We're going to continue to pursue federal grants for SUNY Corning so they can expand their mission.
Maggie Hall, Big Fox News, Elmira.
Chemung County issued a new proclamation recognizing the outstanding accomplishments of the county's local athletes. County Executive Chris Moss announced that starting today through next Wednesday, it will be Chemung County Gold Medal Athlete Week. Earlier today, Moss recognized Cullen Cole, a Horseheads swimmer, and the Elmira bowling team for their respective New York State Championship titles. Moss will continue to recognize other student athletes across the county throughout the week. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen on Capitol Hill today responding to concerns about the U.S. banking system following the failure of two U.S. banks. Mike Emanuel has more from Capitol Hill.
After the failure of 2 U.S. banks, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen sought to reassure lawmakers on Capitol Hill about the U.S. banking system.
I can reassure the members of the committee that our banking system is sound and that Americans can feel confident that their deposits will be there when they need them.
Yellen defended the Biden administration's response and addressed criticism that the move was a bailout for the wealthy.
No taxpayer money is being used or put at risk with this action. Deposit protection is provided by the Deposit Insurance Fund, which is funded by fees on banks.
The congressional role ought to be to stop the Biden administration from bailing out this bank with taxpayer funds. That's what they're doing. They're guaranteeing these billionaires their money back.
Economists and investors are worried there will be more financial pain to come due to interest rate hikes by the Federal Reserve. Some argue higher rates played a role in the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank.
We don't know what the impact of that has been, so why not just pause? Next week, don't raise interest rates, and let's see if we can fix one problem at a time.
The FDIC is asking banks interested in purchasing Silicon Valley or Signature Bank to submit their bids by Friday. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
The Pentagon releasing video of the Russian jet colliding with the American drone earlier this week, clearly showing the Russians targeting the drone. Mike Tobin has more from Kyiv, Ukraine.
As tension between Russia and the U.S. intensify, the Pentagon releasing new footage of an encounter between a Russian jet and an American military drone. The video appearing to undercut Moscow's version of the incident. You can see here the Russian jet clearly targeted the drone, something the Russians say didn't happen. Fuel was dropped in an attempt to damage its surveillance equipment, also denied by Russia. And finally, when the fuel dump didn't work, the Russian jet brought the drone down with a dangerous mid-air collision.
It is very aggressive action on their part. And again, it was international airspace. We have every right to be there.
Russia has not yet responded to this video, but on Thursday, a U.S. defense official told Fox News Russian ships are now at the site of the crash. They were sent almost immediately to try to recover the drone, but it won't be easy. That part of the Black Sea is 4,000 to 5,000 feet deep, and the drone is likely far beneath the surface already.
I don't know if we can recover them or not, but we will certainly have to do that, and we will deal with it. I certainly hope for success.
Meanwhile, back in Washington, a growing number of lawmakers are calling for Moscow to be held accountable, calling for possible new sanctions or even the downing of a Russian drone.
We should obviously demand multiple things as a result of this. We've got to be strong and lay the law down.
The Pentagon says even if Russia can retrieve the wreckage, there's likely nothing of value left in the drone. In Kyiv, Mike Tobin, Fox News.
Your complete forecast is next. Plus this.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
The snowfall quickly diminished through the overnight, and highest of the concentration of the snowfall remained across mostly higher elevations out east. Locally, we ranged anywhere from about that 1 to 4 inches. Some isolated higher amounts were trickling their way in, especially again off towards more of the northeast that you travel. But as we were able to shut off those snow showers quickly as we stepped into the overnight, the skies were able to clear as we stepped into our Wednesday, bringing a pretty pleasant day overall. Now, it was a little bit of a chill in the air, but we are turning to more spring-like conditions, and that will be with the help of a southerly wind that's going to gain some momentum, not be too strong, but help to turn those temperatures around and keep us quiet for at least a day. Now, we will see that throughout our Thursday, increasing cloud cover will be noted by the afternoon, and that is a signal of the next system that will be pushing in as we head into our Friday. It is going to bring us some rainy conditions. Now, it's looking at pretty light accumulations, more of a light drizzle that will be in place. Some moderate pockets may be able to be picked up, but it looks like for for the most part, accumulation is holding to under about 1/4 of an inch. Now, the system is going to bring in some windy conditions with it as well, especially behind it, which is going to push in some cooler temperatures. So get out and enjoy a gorgeous day that will be setting up. A little chill to start the day into the 20s, but that's what's seasonal for this time of the year. And then heading into those 50s by the afternoon, we'll feel very nice, especially if we can hang on to some of that sunshine. But as noted, we'll be back to some of those overcast conditions just before sunset, and that will be that increasing potential to bring in some of those rain showers. Now, the entire area, due to that morning sunshine and that southerly wind, should be able to climb above that average that now sits at about 45 degrees for this time of the year, as we look to be well within those 50s. A few areas flirting with those upper 40s, but that is going to definitely still feel very, very nice. Now into Friday, we have that increase in cloud cover, and it will be an all-day rain. Again, not going to be a moderate rain all day long. Definitely, you don't need to make sure you have all of the rain gear, but having that umbrella handy or making sure that you have that rain jacket will definitely be useful. And we still pretty have mild temperatures as well. Now, those temperatures will be cooling as the winds on Friday will be switching once we see that cold front passage. And on Friday, we could get a wind gust up to about 25 miles per hour. 30 isolated wind gusts will be a possibility as well, but we're not going to see the strongest of the winds that we'll be seeing around New York. Those will be closer to where that low pressure system slides on through and the Great Lakes region, which is going to be switching to come out of more of the west, and that is going to initiate some of those lake effect snow showers. Now, majority of our area looks to stay on the drier side, but we'll mention maybe a chance at times that we could see some increasing cloud cover, spark up maybe a wintry mix or even a snow shower, especially on Sunday where we have our coldest day in place. But as we have that dip in the temperatures, we do continue a pretty quiet weather pattern with more seasonable temperatures around as we head into next week.